Well, good evening, everybody, and welcome along to our latest Monday Night Speedway broadcast. Many thanks for joining us once again. We are absolutely delighted with how popular these Monday Night Speedway broadcasts are proving to be. And tonight we've got another intriguing contest coming your way, and that will be being brought to you, and we'll be getting stuck into that in just a couple of moments' time. First of all, please do allow me to point you in the direction of the official British Speedway news sources, starting, of course, with our website, speedwaygb.co.uk. That's where you can find all of the latest news and breaking developments. And a lot of clubs right now are going to the effort of bringing old meetings your way so you can get your Speedway fix. And we have got a designated page on our home screen, which we do update when we are notified by each club individually. So speedwaygb.co.uk, our official website. Social media plays a huge part in the modern day world as well. So do give us a follow on Twitter at SpeedwayGB. Search Speedway GB on Facebook and give our page a like on there. We're at Official British Speedway on Instagram, and search Speedway Great Britain on YouTube and subscribe to our racing page. Back to tonight's Monday Night Speedway broadcast then, and tonight's footage comes courtesy of our friend Ken Burnett at T2 TV, and it was an historic meeting for the Rye House Rockets Premiership newcomers. And their first meeting at the Hoddesdon venue was against the reigning top flight champions, Wolverhampton. So a really intriguing contest, and we can run you through the two lineups now. For the host, Rye House, Edward Kennett, he had stuck with the Rockets for their elevation into the rebranded Premiership. He went at number 1. Stuart Robson went at number 2. Chris Harris at 3, with Davey Watt at number 4. Scott Nicholls went at 5, and the Rockets' 2 reserves at 6 was Robert Branford, and at number 7 was Ellis Perks. For the Wolverhampton Wolves, at number 1 it was Freddie Lindgren, at 2 Kyle Howarth. Adam Skornicki was back with the Wolves at number 3. Jakob Thorssell was at number 4, with Sam Masters at number 5, and the Wolves' 2 reserves, Max Clegg at 6 and Nathan Greaves at number 7. Well, following Heat 15, do stick with us as we'll be bringing you details of what's coming up in the next week and details of next week's Monday Night Speedway broadcast as well. So like I say, do stick with us after Heat 15. In the meantime, we're going to head to Hoddesdon as we rewind to the 1st of April 2017 as the Rye House Rockets took on the Wolverhampton Wolves.
Well, the riders are out for the starts of heat number 1 of the new Premiership adventure. All starts once again here, and coming to the line on the inside in yellow is Kyle Howarth, the 23-year-old from Ashton-under-Lyme, 2015 British under-21 champion. Next to him in blue for the Team BMR Rockets is Stuart Robson. Coming out again, number 3, Ed White. Yes, we've introduced him already as Fast Freddie Lindgren. And on the outside, in red, is Eddie Kennett. Well, the first league meeting here was on 28th of April 1974. The Rockets beat Ellesmere Port 48-30, and the first race was won by Peter Moore in a time of 66 seconds. So,
wonderful memories. Old Piccolo himself. I remember him riding for Rayleigh and various other teams in my younger days, but this is a new era, Pete, and this is going to be interesting. Here we go, heat number 1.
Premiership season is underway. Lindgren made a good start. Eddie Kennett being shut out round the outside. Kennett's going to have to shut off. Stuart Robson having a look up the inside of Kyle Howarth, and it's welcome to the Premiership with the reigning champions Wolves on 5-1 duty. After just 1 lap, Lindgren looked very sharp from the start. Howarth there with his partner. Stuart Robson's been left at the back, and not the start the Rockets wanted.
No, it's certainly not the start they wanted. We knew what Lindgren could do, and we knew what Kyle Howarth can do. We've seen him here many times, and this is why they are the reigning champions.
Kyle Howarth has done well around this track, scored 17+1 last year for Sheffield, and he looks like he's going to start off here with a paid win. Eddie Kennett's in 3rd, Stuart Robson making absolutely no drag at all at the back. Wolves have had a couple of meetings against Paul, of course, and they are looking sharp as they put in a 5-1 in heat number 1.
Well, What can you say about that? That was a classic piece of team riding. Lindgren knew where his partner was. They stuck it together. Kennett challenged early on. They sorted him out, though, and they could do nothing. The Wolves are tearing them apart in the first one here, Pete. Big 5-1 to the visitors. And, well, it was going to be tough. It's still going to be tough.
Riders out for heat number 2 then. Meetings between the two teams have been few and far between. There's never been one in the league. But I've had 2 meetings as challenge meetings over the years. And most recent of those back in 1990 when the Wolves won 60-36 here. Rockets have beaten the Wolves, but that was in 1962. So just a little while away, but 5-1 showing, I guess it is that thing also, isn't it, that, Wolverhampton have had those couple of meetings against Poole, and you can't underestimate how important that is to get out there and get race fit.
Oh, absolutely. I talked to Eddie early on in this programme, and he said, anyone could look a world champion when they're out there practising on their own. When you're out there with 3 other guys, it's a new game, and this game, well, Wolves have come here. They have shown exactly what they mean business, Pete. It may be a new era for Rye House, but these Wolves, they've come here to do a job. They started off in perfect fashion.
Here we are on heat number 2 then. On the inside in red, Rob Branford for the Rockets. Next to him in white is Max Clegg, who's the 19-year-old from Brighouse. Ellis Perks will come out of gate number 3, and on the outside in yellow and black, also 19 from Sheffield, is Nathan Greaves. And certainly these 2 young Rockets, I mean, when you look at the average ages of the 2 teams, Rye House have got an average age of 32, the top 5 having an average age of 36. So that's pulled down considerably by Rob Branford and Ellis Perks, and it's up to them to keep the Rockets in the contest here at the moment, with all slamming in their maximum.
Yeah, it certainly is. This one's not going to be easy, though. There are no monkeys they're out against here.
Away they go. Rob Branford's made a good start from the inside. Ellis Perks involved in the action. He's been shut out, but we've got a faller in Max Clegg, who's gone down. Is Clegg going to get up? He is. And suddenly Ellis Perks cuts inside, cuts Nathan Greaves down the side. Well, Heat 1 might have gone all wrong, but Heat 2's looking promising.
Yeah, what a start from Branford there. Really rode a sensible first, second turn. Perks come through nicely there to pick up the second spot. And this is exactly the response we wanted.
Rob Branford in front there, the red airway colour, and Ellis Perks. We talked to him on Wednesday and he was really up for it. Steve Jensen was saying that he pestered him over the winter because he wanted to ride so much for the Rockets. And that's why they decided on this young man. Showing good style out there. Greaves is nowhere near them. And it's going to level things up here. Rob Branford comes around. Going to be a big cheer. First winner in the Premiership for the Rockets is Rob Branford. Backed up by his partner Ellis Perks. And well, we're all level.
Well, we are indeed all level. Exactly the response what the fans wanted there, and Perks really come through nicely. He's on brand new machinery, Peter, and he rode it as if it was one of those vintage ones. Super the way he come through there, and the crowd are going to take them here for it. Listen to this roar. Super stuff.
58.22 the time for Rob Branford. Going to have to get used to that, aren't we? Timing down to 1/100th of a second here in the Premiership. So we're all level after 2. And just a sign of the action we're going to get here this evening between these 2 sides. Coming round then in the blue helmet colour for the Team BMR Rockets is Davey Watts, who was 3rd, of course, in that Australian Championship, and man of immense experience. 5 championship medals he's got between Poole and Eastbourne, and his partner for the Rockets in red will be Chris Bomber Harris. And on the line for the Wolverhampton Wolves, Adam Skornicki. 40 now, Adam, and a couple of years away from Speedway, making his comeback. Born in Wolfstein in Poland, started his career back in 2000, and certainly a young man I'm looking forward to watching. Comes with a big reputation, doesn't he, Jakob Thorssell?
He does indeed. I've seen him a few times. He's a spectacular rider. Actually started his first match against Paul with a paid maximum last week. And very, very fast, very neat, compact rider, and certainly got a big future in the sport. Thinking of Skornicki there, like you say, take a couple of years out. He's famous for his donuts. Are we going to see any of them tonight?
Well, we'll wait and see as far as that's concerned. Rockets would like points, not donuts, from this one, hopefully. Davey Watt, of course, spent the season here, 40 appearances for the Rockets and finished top of their averages in 2004. But, welcome home indeed for Davey Watt. So.
Yeah, extremely popular rider, really is.
Away they go. Decent start on the inside from Skornicki, and the Rockets are going to have work to do here, but look at Chris Harris going round the outside. Davey Watt cups up the inside, and in the white helmet colour, it's the comeback man who's got Chris Harris all over him like a rash at the moment. Adam Skornicki's got to have eyes in the back of the helmet. Big cheer from the crowd to our left as Chris Harris takes that outside line that he loves. Skornicki's still there though. Terrific balance. Battle between the two as Thorssell has fall back against Davey Watt. Great racing in Heat 3.
Well, unbelievable opening couple of laps there, wasn't it? Harris finding his way through there, then lost it, got back past by Skornicki, and then he come back round him again. Thorssell sort off Davey Watt, who'd done similar to him earlier on. So we're looking at a shared heat at the moment, but this crowd are going to love this guy because this is what it's all about. Chris Bomber Harris.
The Bomber has landed in the Hoddesdon Raceway, his first win of what we sure will be many. Punches the air, does Chris Harris. Did it the hard way, having to go around Thorssell and then Skornicki. Davey Watt couldn't make any progress, so we're still level after 3, but some terrific racing in heat number 3.
Yeah, certainly is terrific racing. What a start. And this crowd here fully appreciating everything. They love Chris Harris, they love British Speedway, and they love Ryehouse Rockets. And, well, Pete, if it carries on like this, mate, we are in for a treat.
So a big cheer going up from the first bend as the riders come out for heat at number 4. That cheer, I think, was aimed in the direction of Scott Nicholls. I mean, that was first signing when they announced this big Facebook campaign, didn't they, over the winter, announcing a rider at a time. And I think it's Scott Nicholls signing, first of all, was the one that made everybody stand up and take notice, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's a great signing, isn't it? You know, and vastly experienced rider, local as far as riders go, but has hardly ever ridden here. And again, another one, last time he was here, Ben Fund.
That experience counts, doesn't it? But nice to have a bit of youth thrown in as well, and Ellis Burke certainly showed that. A good performance in number 2. So here on the inside in yellow and black is Nathan Greaves. Next to him in blue is Ellis Perks. First chance to see Sam Masters tonight, coming out of gate number 3 in the white helmet colour. The 25-year-old from Newcastle, New South Wales, who has done remarkably well around this track in the past.
Yeah, and another one so popular, and what a racer he can be. Of course, this is not the Premier League, this is the big league, but I'm sure he's going to be one to watch here. Terrific rider.
And on the outside in the red helmet colour, nice to join us here on the line is Scotty Nicholls. This is heat number 4. Away they go. That's the Wolves that have made the better start once again. Nicholls hot on the heels of Sam Masters, cuts inside Nathan Greaves, but Masters has got a considerable advantage. We've seen him ride so well around this track for Edinburgh in the Premier League, but Scott Nicholls is really cutting down that space between the two. Look at this.
Terrific scrap going on. He's made up a lot of ground on Masters already. This is where your experience is going to come into it. Masters is a terrific racer and he won't give up easy, but Nicholls is putting him under pressure.
Well, 2 races in one here as in the blue helmet colour. Ellis Perks has got in front of Nathan Greaves, but Scotty Nicholls fancies his chances of doing lightweight against Sam Masters on the last lap here. Nicholls had to look up the inside. Crowd shouting encouragement away to our left-hand side. Is Nicholls going to be able to cut up inside the Australian? Oh, I think he's done it!
Well,
What a finish!
Unbelievable. The referee, of course, is not level with the start. He may have seen it different, but as far as I'm concerned, Scott Nicholls picked him off on the line.
Well, Scott wanted to do 5 laps there, didn't he?
Well, he could do 100
Wow.
laps if he'd give us racing like that. Wonderful speedway.
Well, let's wait and we hear the result here. What a race between Sam Masters goes across the line. He wondered what happened, I think. Nicholls cut in off that final bend up the inside, but the crowd have got no doubt they think he's won it. Big cheer for Scotty Nicholls.
Wow, what a chase it was. He was at the back at one stage, Pete, and he just picked him off as he come through there.
13-11, the Rockets in front for the first time in the Premiership, thanks to that spectacular finish by Scotty Nicholls in heat number 4, coming round down for heat number 5. In the blue helmet colour there for the Team BMR Rockets is Davey Watts. In white is Freddie Lindgren. Fancier, I should think, from that outside gate. Coming round in yellow and black, his partner Carl Howarth, who rode such a good race in heat number 1. And then talking about good races, in the red helmet colour for the Team BMR Rockets. In gate number 1 will be Chris Harris, and that's going to be interesting to see, isn't there? I mean, there are already so many more racing lines opening up to me than there were here in the Premier League last year.
Yeah, these guys have got so much experience, Peter. You know, they go inside, outside, around the outside and back on the inside. They will swap and change. They will race. They are out and out racers. That is why this is the top league in British Speedway.
Well, Wolves have had a couple of meetings against Poole, and one fairly convincingly in the home meeting, but didn't do too well. We went down to Wimborne Road when they were defeated fairly comprehensively down there in the week. Of course, 2 tracks aren't too far apart, 262 metres here, 264 at Monmore. And track records 54.7 here, held by Robert Lambert, of course, was the Monmore track record is 53.4. Way they go, Davey Wyatt had a little bit of a nibble. Chris Harris made a good start, didn't he? And Lindgren's in trouble. But Howarth going all the way round the outside. Howarth got a real nudge there, but stuck with it and did well to get in front. And Davey Watt, who was involved in the initial action, has dropped to the back. So Chris Harris is playing chase up again in that red helmet colour. Davey Watt seems to be off the base a little bit, and here it is. Harris against Howarth. Harris looking up the inside this time, but Kyle Howarth is riding a canny race out there so far.
Well, he's a talented youngster, but Harris, he's weighing him up. He's just looking for that slight error. That's all it will take, one little blip. Could this be it here? He's looking for the gap up the inside. He's found that gap up the inside. Howarth is coming back at him, but Harris has pushed him back. Super speedway, Peter.
It was Howarth who made the mistake on the 4th bend, letting Chris Harris through for his 2nd win of the night. A wheelie from the bomber. And Freddie Lindgren uncharacteristically picking up a 3rd place, but Davey Watt failed to make any progress from the back. So Wolves square the heat, but the Rockets stay in front.
Well, once again, another dynamic 4 laps of speedway. And Chris Bomber Harris showing exactly why they wanted him here. I was talking to Eddie Kennett. He said he was on his shopping list. He'd like him here. He wanted Scott Nicholls here. He'd ridden with him before. He knew what they could do. And boy, oh boy, they can perform. Super stuff.
Here we go with heat number 6 then. Chris Harris's win, ensuring that the Rockets go into this one 2 points in front. Each team, of course, in this 8-team Premiership meet twice home and twice away. So plenty of speedway between now and the playoffs, which will be in September, October time. And here in heat number 6 on the inside in white is Sam Masters. That titanic struggle with Scotty Nicholls last time out, of course. Eddie Kennett comes out of gate number 2. Max Clegg in yellow and black out of 3. And on the outside in the blue helmet colour is Stuart Robson. So Sam Masters again has got to be respected out there, but Eddie Kennett will want it on the board after being relegated to third place in heat number 1.
Yeah, they got roughed up a bit, this pairing, in heat number 1, didn't they? And I'm sure now they've had a race, got a bit of a rest and seen what the others are doing. They've got to live up to it. Kennett wants that number 1 race jacket. Chris Harris, Scott Nicholls have already shown they've got ideas of their own, so this could be another interesting one. Masters, though, he looked good for 3.5 laps last time, didn't he? And he got picked off on the line. Are we going to see another humdinger here, Pete?
Well, we've had some cracking action so far, and this is only heat number 6. Oh, Eddie Kennett got a real flyer there. First time we've seen the red lights come on, and Chris Gay got that spot on, didn't he? I mean, Eddie knew you've got to make a fast start, and let's start the debate for 2017. If you don't touch the tapes, then can you still jump the start?
It was the perfect start, wasn't it, if there's such thing these days? But referee Chris Gay, he was never going to let that one go, was he?
Premiership. So on the inside here, in the white helmet colour, is Sam Masters, the reigning Australian champion, by the way. Forgot to mention that last time. Next to him in red for the Team BMR Rockets is Captain Gay, Eddie Kennett. Coming out again, number 3 in yellow and black is Max Clegg, and on the outside in blue for the Team BMR Rockets, Stuart Robson. This is heat number 6, take 2.
Yeah, should be another good one.
All sorts of to-ing and throwing going on there, but eventually when the tapes went up, it's Sam Masters who makes the mistake, and both Rockets go through. That could prove costly because Max Clegg stuck at the back, and Masters' mistake coming out of turn 2 has let Stuart Robson and Eddie Kennett through. And talking of experience, there's plenty in front here, because Robbo will be looking out behind him without a shadow of a doubt, and Masters will have a job to get back on here.
Well, it was a clearly unsatisfactory start as far as the Rockets went, but the mistake by Masters, like you say, they both flew through. The referee, Chris Gay, let it go, and the Rockets fans are going to be pretty grateful that he did.
On to the last lap we go then. Masters making a little bit of a headway on Stuart Robson. Eddie Kennett's way out in front, he's not going to catch him. Here comes Captain K, here comes Super Robo behind him. It's 5-1 side for the first time in the Premiership for the Team BMR Rockets, and that lead stretches to 6 points.
Well, Super 5-1, that's what the fans want, and they're loving the fact that this pairing were Rockets in the Premier League as well, Pete, and they've just slammed home a big 5-1. 6 points the difference here. People are making Rye House one of the favourites, and at the moment they're living up to it. Super stuff.
Well, after Wolves slammed home that 5-1 to welcome the Rockets into the Premiership, it's gone all the way of the home side really since then.
Yeah,
a couple of 5-1s of their own in heat number 2, and last time out from Eddie Kennett and Stuart Robson. And I think if you would have said to Peter Schroek at heat 7 you had a 6-point lead, he would have been pretty pleased with that.
Yeah, they'd probably bumped you on the head and said, you know, get yourself some medicine or something, wouldn't he? Because, you know, there's still a long, long way to go in this meeting. But what a start from the home side, you know. Like you say, who would have put a 6-point lead at this stage?
Well, it's all about gaining confidence, isn't it? And Rockets have got plenty of that at the moment. It's certainly the questions being asked of Peter Adams' Wolves side, but as you say, long way to go. This is only heat number 7, and on the inside in the red helmet colour, well, there's a man who gave us terrific entertainment first time out, Scotty Nicholls, and partner in the blue helmet colour. I don't know if there's just looking at the programme here, I thought Rob Branford was scheduled to come out here, and in the blue helmet colour, that looks like Ellis Perks to me.
It looks like Ellis Perks to me as well.
So Peter Schroek's made a bit of a change, bringing Ellis Perks out. I've got a feeling that probably means that Rob Branford's going to come out in heat number 8. And time ticking away here, but the man in the white helmet colour, Adam Skornicki, has beaten the 2-minute time allowance and comes around to join his partner in yellow and black, Jacob Thorssell. So
That's definitely perks in the blue helmet, no doubt about it. So, like you say, Peter Schroek obviously looking at his options here.
yep. It's all about experience as team manager as well, because you know, decisions to be made. May not have to make too many, but that means you don't get that many chances as well.
Yeah, it certainly does, doesn't it? And trying to capitalise on the lead they've got here.
Oh, there they go, and what a solid start by Ellis Perks in the blue helmet colour. Super stuff. Scotty Nicholls there with him as well. Perks is going to come under threat. Scotty Nicholls is going to try and do the minder job, but terrific stuff from young Ellis getting out of the start there, and look at him here. Team riding from the Team BMR Rockets. Wolves in trouble again. Skornicki and Thorssell not posing a threat at the moment. Scotty Nicholls has let Ellis Perks go, and this is good stuff.
Unbelievable. And this is why they brought in Scotty Nicholls and Chris Harris. The experience, the ability to team ride, to look for the youngsters and to ride to the maximise situation. And they're doing it. Lovely start though, wasn't it? And
Ellis Perks making the most of his opportunity. Ball in here for Rob Branford. He's half a lap away for his first win as a Team BMR Rocket. Terrific stuff from Ellis Perks. Listen to that cheer. Scotty Nicholls did the minder's job, and Wolves were nowhere. Well, people were saying when this team was named, Ellis Perks could be one of the weak links. Think about that.
Yeah, I'll take that one back, that's for sure, Peter, because that was quite exceptional. And but what a piece of team riding by Scott Nicholls. That will mean as much to him as anything else as well. Super stuff, 10-point lead. And, well, we're in daydream land.
So riders coming out for heat number out. And Kyle Howarth is going to be introduced here by Peter Adams in the black and white helmet colour. There it is, off the outside gate. So 10 points down, and Peter Adams already reacting by taking Howarth out for a tactical ride. It's been a reserve switch by Peter Schroek, as we imagined as well, because Rob Branford's out there in place of Ellis Perks coming off of gate number 1. So Branford in blue. Next to him in yellow and black is Nathan Greaves. Stuart Robson comes out of gate number 3 in red. And on the outside in the black and white helmet colour, well, be fair to Peter Adams, I think if you were going to put it on anyone, Howard's impressed more than anybody in this visiting team so far.
Yeah, he's done very well, hasn't he? And like you say, black and white, double points. You can only use it once, so if it doesn't work in this one, the Rockets are going to be pretty happy with things. But Robson there on gate number 3 is going to have to make a majestic start. Branford the switch on the inside, so it's damage limitations just in case.
Interesting again though that they put it out there with Howarth, and Nathan Greaves has not been having the best of evenings. So in order to get Wolves significantly back into the contest, he's got to do something here as well out of gate number 2.
Yeah, and he's got to make that start though to make life difficult.
Oh, there they go. Good start by Branford. Greaves is involved in the action. Howarth going all the way round the outside. Rob Branford's there with him, but Howarth wins out. But rather as we suspected, Nathan Greaves has been relegated to the back. So 6-3 territory at the moment, but that won't be too disastrous as far as the Rockets are concerned. But out front, Kyle Howarth continues to impress.
Yeah, it was another good run there. Branford got away. He couldn't quite shut the door enough. In fairness, he allowed him to race him, gave him the line, he found the line, he found the speed, but Branford is not giving up. He's coming back at him.
Yeah, he certainly found a little bit there, didn't he, as Greaves goes down on the back of the field, so he's effectively out of the race. But Rob Branford got something off the second bend there, but Howarth has just stretched that advantage just a little bit more. It's going to be 6 points for Kyle Howarth. But more importantly for the Rockets, they packed in for the minor places and still remain 7 points in front.
Yeah, good ride, double points like you say, and I think the Rockets, in all fairness, will be quite happy with the way that one went. But Kyle Howarth getting the big 6-pointer there, and so far proving the trump card for the Wolves.
7-point lead for the home side as we approach heat at number 9 then. And Peter Adams, having used that black and white helmet, well, got 3 points back, but the Rockets will still be sitting pretty at the moment. On the inside in the blue helmet colour, Davey Watt's been a bit of a tough evening for him so far, yet to pick up a point.
Yeah, it looks like a swap of machinery there. I'm not sure if it is or not, or if he's just put a clean cover on it, but on that inside, looking for some points. The Rockets in a pretty healthy position, 7 points, Pete. You know, it's still doable for the Wolves, but the Rockets have got a lot of experience in this side, and if they can start with a win, this really is going to lift everything about the club up to a new level, isn't it?
Well, can't get better than beating the defending champions at home, can it? And Chris Harris out there in the red helmet colour. What a debut he's made so far. 2 wins, some spectacular stuff as well. It's going to be interesting to see him with Sam Masters here in the white helmet colour, and Max Clegg will come out in yellow and black to complete the quartet on the line. But I guess this one thing, it's building that experienced top 5, and if someone does have a bad night, well, there's plenty of people there to make up for it. And you've got to say, the law of averages, with the amount of experience in there, it's going to be few and far between that all of them don't perform.
Yeah, I would have thought so, and you know, at the moment, track in pristine condition, and the riders in pristine condition as well, and they're looking for you know, to do the job and do it in style, and so far they are doing just that. I'm looking forward to this one. Harris has been spectacular so far, and a little bit more of the same will go down very nicely, won't it?
Well, we know what we're going to get from Sam Masters, don't we? 100% effort, no doubt about that. He's coming out gate number 2 here with Chris Harris in gate number 3 in the red helmet colour. Away they go. Decent start by Davey Watt this time from the inside. Harris hugs that inside line, but right round the outside goes Sam Masters. Masters goes in front then. Davey Watt and Masters know all about each other, of course. They were tussling in the Australian Championship while we were shivering in the winter. Masters in front. Harris came under a little bit of pressure from Max Clegg, but he's back on it now. Back in 3rd place, but it's Sam Masters who leads the way. Brighter stuff from Davey Watt, but Chris Harris seems to have more speed.
Yeah, Watt seemed to get in the way there. He held the line, thinking Harris would probably come around the outside, but it was Masters who come around the outside, and he's got a sizable lead here, and I think Harris is going to have to settle for a 3-all with his partner Davey Watt in this one.
So Sam Masters will come round to win his first race of the evening in the white helmet colour, but Davey Watt in 2nd. Well, whatever he did with that machine worked. Much more competitive there. Cheers from the Wolves fans at last. Chris Harris is beaten for the first time tonight. He picks up a point, but still the Rockets remain comfortably in front. Riders coming out for heat number 10 then. League action tonight, of course, could be the Gayo Cup in town this time next week, and Jason Doyle and the Swindon Robins will come to the Hoddesdon Raceway. Much anticipated, that one. Likely to be a real ding-dong battle between the two sides to see who goes through to the next round of the Cup. But certainly if the Rockets can go into that one, having secured a win against the reigning champions, they'll be full of confidence, no doubt about that. Coming to the line here then in yellow and black is Jacob Thorssell, reigning Premiership pairs champion, of course. Won that with Freddie Lindgren last night. Beat the Rockets pairing of Scotty Nicholls and Chris Harris on the way in the semi-final.
Were they not runners-up
to runners-up to Kings Lynn, weren't they?
Yeah,
sorry, yeah.
Chris Holder and Robert Lambert.
I was getting ahead of myself there because they beat the Rockets. That's what it was, but managed to get themselves into the final anyway. But got to say for tonight, though, I mean, Thorssell's been a little bit disappointing to me.
Yeah, I guess it's still early doors, isn't it? You know, I think he one rider who hasn't been here before in the Wolves side.
And on the inside here then for the Rockets, it's a rider who's been here many times, Stuart Robson. Many circuits around the Hoddesdon Raceway, as has Edward Kennett, as his second stint here as a Rocket, 4th consecutive season back here in the red helmet colour. And on the outside in white, despite all his experience, still finding his way back, you feel, is Adam Skornicki.
Yeah, another one though, isn't he? You know, what he can do if he can pop out in front, he can cause all sorts of mayhem. But Kennett's got to be on the guard here.
Oh, dear.
And,
problem there. Definite problem there for Stuart Robson. And Robbo, who so often misses the gate, well, the blue light goes on. Tape exclusion for Stuart Robson. So Peter Schroek has got another decision to make. Does he send Robbo out there off of 15? Or, well, the way the reserves are going, might be tempted to bring in Branford or Ellis Burks here.
Yeah, I think he's got to be honest with you. At 15 metres at this level, he's asking a lot of anybody, isn't it? And I think we'll see a change.
So decision made in the blue helmet colour with the resplendent number 7 on his back is Ellis Burks, who's come out in replacing Stuart Robson. Unusual to see Robbo go through the tapes. I think we saw it once here last season. Eddie Kennett then and Ellis Burks for the Rockets. Adam Skornicki and Jacob Thorssell for the Wolves. And, well, Ellis Burks is having an excellent evening so far. Let's see if he can continue it here.
Yeah, it wasn't that long ago, Pete. He came here as a junior doing races after a National League match. And Len Silver tried to get his signature. And I think he went to Dudley in the end because obviously family relations up there in the Midlands. But he always said he wanted a race for Rye House. And whoever thought he'd be getting his chance in this level. But certainly so far, so good for the youngster.
Well, he's taken it with both hands, isn't he? And again, talking about memories, you feel old when you used to see Edward Kennett going round there as a 13-year-old, didn't they? So
yeah, it is worrying actually because you know, you're looking at these guys here, and you remember their dads racing. That's when you know you're pushing the bucket a bit.
Well, at least we're not up to granddads yet, but you know. Okay, this is heat number 10. Take 2. Ellis Burks on the inside. And a decent start by Eddie Kennett, who's involved in the action, but it's Jacob Thorssell who's burst into life finally here. Kennett's there with Thorssell going round the third bend. Kennett's going to edge in front of the Swede and take the lead. Ellis Burks, well, going perhaps a little bit too odd in this one for him. But Eddie Kennett, Captain K, is doing the business out front, and he's on that line that he likes.
Yeah, he certainly is, isn't he? And had to work hard on that first lap there, but once he got his nose in front, knew exactly where he wanted to be, and he is heading for another 3-pointer.
So Captain K, Eddie Kennett, leads the way. Jacob Thorssell in second place, Skornicki in third. Ellis Burks not playing too much of a part. 5 full maximums Captain K got at home last season. And this year, well, this is going to be his second win in the Premiership campaign as he comes across in front of Jacob Thorssell and Adam Skornicki, and nothing for Ellis Burks this time around at the back. But Captain K once again puts another win on the board for the Team BMR Rockets. And, well, we've got 5 heats remaining and they're still in front.
Yeah, and they're still looking comfortable in front at the moment. It's still, like you say, 5 heats to go. Anything could happen here. But the fans are beginning to believe, aren't they? And the skipper is beginning to believe as well. That is his second win from 3 starts. And certainly made up for heat number 1 in super style.
5 heats left then of the first ever Premiership action here at the Hoddesdon Raceway, and things going very nicely as far as the Team BMR Rockets are concerned. 35-28 they lead the Wolverhampton Wolves, and on the line in the blue helmet colour there is Rob Branford, and he'll be partnered in red by Scott Nicholls. And they'll be up against Freddie Lindgren on the inside in white, and certainly the Wolves rider of the night so far, Kyle Howarth, 23-year-old, has really shown what he's all about. But Nicholls and Lindgren on the inside, that's going to be an interesting prospect.
Yeah, it is going to be another tough one here, isn't it? Lindgren and Howarth have done probably the best for the visitors so far, and very fast out the starts. They've got 1 and 3 this time, so it's going to be a very interesting first turn. Nicholls is going to have to do something pretty special. He did that last time, of course, didn't he? So, it's still all to go for.
Gates, that's pretty even, really. 3 wins out of 1, 2 out of 2, 3 out of 3, and 2 out of 4. So, unlike last season, where it did seem to be biased to the outside 2 traps, it's pretty even so far across the line.
Yeah, it's such a tough league, isn't it? It's a tough sport, Pete. When you think what a footballer gets paid to what these guys get paid, and they put their neck on the line every time they get on that motorbike just to entertain us, and boy oh boy have they entertained us so far.
Yeah, this is what Premiership Speedway is all about, and bring it on for the rest of the season. This is heat number 11. Oh, Nicholls got a good start. Lingeran's there as well. Nicholls along with Howarth, who once again is absolutely flying at Freddie Lingeran to the back of the back here. Cuts inside Rob Branford though. Nicholls is there chasing down Kyle Howarth, and Nicholls is right over Howarth like a rat, but he's got to watch out for Freddie Lingeran up the inside.
Well, Howarth made a super start. Nicholls really pinned Lingeran in on that first turn. Lingeran is chasing hard here. Branford was briefly in the picture, but now the race is up front. Howarth with his wheels in the dirt line though. He's got the speed, he's got the line. Nicholls is going to have to do something very, very special.
Coming on to the last lap, then Kyle Howarth, who really is having a good evening. He's keeping Wolves in the contest almost single-handedly at the moment. Scott Nicholls behind him in the red helmet colour. It's between these two. Howarth comes around bend number 4. I think he's got this one sewn up, and he takes the win. In yellow and black, Scott Nicholls in the red helmet colour, and Freddie Lingeran's point at the back means at last Wolves have got a heat advantage. Only their third one of the evening, and the first one since Howarth won with the double pointer in heat number 8.
Yeah, it was a super ride. This is going to go to the wire. These Wolves guys, they're not just going to roll over. They are the champions. They're champions for a reason. And Cole Howarth there is showing the more experienced guys how to do it. Super stuff.
BMR Rockets have got a 5-point lead. And we have 4 races remaining, and out there in the red helmet colour is Chris Harris. And he's going to be partnered by Ellis Perks in blue, up against Adam Skornicki in white, and Max Clegg in yellow and black. And it's got to be said, if you're looking at the score chart at the moment, if the reigning champions have an Achilles heel, then for them it's been at the bottom end of the pack, where Max Clegg and Nathan Greaves haven't really performed.
No, but there's still plenty of time, isn't there? It's all about getting out the start here. Chris Harris is going to be favourite for this one. There's absolutely no doubt about it. But, it's all very well looking at a bit of paper and saying this is a team, this is what's going to happen. But, of course, you've got to do it on the track. And so far, the Rockets are holding their own, Pete. But Wolves are still very much in this one.
Yep. Certainly. Well, you don't get to become reigning league champions, do you, by not having a fair amount of stickability about you. And Wolves have certainly had that, and certainly had it last year, of course, when they were far from favourites, really, to win the championship. It's their 5th one. 91, 96, 2002, 2009 and 2016 Wolves victorious. And reading the big issue of the Speedway Star, Peter Adams was saying in there that one thing he's never done is won back-to-back titles, and really fancies his chances with this team.
It is a good team, and I've got to be honest, I've tipped them to do it again, so I hope I'm wrong, because I'd love to see the team wearing the red and blue helmet colours spring a surprise and bring some glory here to Hoddesdon.
I think it's going to be a terrific season in the Premiership. It's too close to call who's going to get in that top 4. Oh, away they go. Skornicki's made a good start. So is Ellis Perks again in the blue helmet colour. Harris has got to make his way through traffic from the back. He's up already in the 3rd place, and he's going to set about Skornicki as we got a faller at the back, and I think we're going to be in for a restart. Max Clegg's not going to get up. Red lights are going to come on. rough justice on Ellis Perks, who made a terrific start there, but he's going to have to come back and do it all over again.
Yeah, that really is a shame, isn't it? Super ride from Perks there. He was well gone, and I think Harris was just about to spring through from the back as well. But like you say, they've got to do it all over again. We've got a faller, got a rerun. We're pleased to say that he looks like he's okay up the top end there. But for the Rockets, like you say, they've got to do it again. Well, good to see he's walking back anyway, Peter. Whatever it is, you don't want to see anyone injured any time of the season, let alone at the beginning. So it's it to watch this one, and hopefully the Rockets can reproduce the goods.
Yeah, another bit of, or part of the learning curve for young Max Clegg, isn't it? Able to walk back and just think about what went wrong there. As you say, they're tough lads, these Speedway riders, and good to see him walking back. 2 minute sounds then for the rerun of heat number 12. No Max Clegg, and the Rockets in a 2-on-1. Chris Harris and Ellis Perks against Adam Skornicki. And Ellis Perks, who made such a good start, but again, talking about learning curve for Max Clegg, massive learning curve for Ellis Perks. When we talked to him on Wednesday about the jump from National League to Premiership, he said, well, it's about as big as you can go in British Speedway to go from the third tier up to the first, and I'm sure he has learnt so much just this evening. And what he's going to learn here is, well, you're going to get situations where it's going to be frustrating, or you've made a super start and you're going to be pulled back, and just got to go out there and do it again now. Yeah,
and 2-1, got another chance from that outside. Skornicki, vastly experienced rider, he can get across him again there. I'm sure Chris Harris will have ideas of his own as well, because he didn't make the best of starts in that one. But from a fan's point of view, you really don't want Chris Harris to make the start, because it's all about racing, and it's always a lot better when they come from the back.
Yeah, Bomber's got a little bit more room now, hasn't he? Because he hasn't got Max Clegg inside him, and Skornicki very much in a rocket sandwich here. But certainly won't worry him. Immensely experienced campaigner. Started way back in 2000 with the Wolves team. It's his fourth spell at the club. It was the 2008 Polish Championship. He's got 3 championship medals, 2 with Poole and 1 with Wolves.
Yeah, very, very likeable guy, very spectacular, and chat to you. You ask him a question. I mean, you thought Ronnie Corrie could talk. This guy, I tell you, he will give you all the answers you want and plenty more as well. Super guy.
Riders come to the line then. Chris Harris in red, Skornicki in white, and Ellis Perks on the outside in blue. Off they go. Skornicki's made a better start this time. Ellis Perks is going to get shut out, and Harris is up the inside. Perks goes round the outside, and it's the veteran Pole who's taken the lead here. Important for Wolves that they get something out of this one to keep them in the God's ass, because time's running out for Peter Adams' team. And well, when the going gets tough get going here. Skornicki's got a good lead. Oh dear, Ellis Perks goes down. Let's hope he can get back up again. That could spell trouble. As far as the Rockets are concerned, red lights are on. And that's going to be a restart with 3 riders only. Wow.
Very, very unfortunate. I mean, Harris needed to get through into second place to be able to make that challenge, and he did go under his own partner a little bit hard going into that top turn. Whether there was contact or not, I'm not sure. We'd have to have a look at it again. But Skornicki certainly was out to spoil the party that time, Pete. And he'll be as frustrated as Ellis was last time out. Well, a pat on the back there for Ellis Perks from Harris there. And he's awarded it.
Oh, he's awarded it. Oh, that's interesting. 39 to 35. There's 4 points in it with 3 to go. Three left then, and 4 points between the two teams. And here we go with heat 13. It's the blockbuster heat in Well, it is in the other leagues, but you've got so much talent out there in the Premiership. Maybe it's not quite as big as it is on the other occasions, Heat 13, but this one's going to be pretty spectacular. Out there in the yellow and black helmet colour, Sam Masters, 6 points for him so far. He's going to be partnered in white by Frederick Lindgren, who by his standards is having a disappointing night with only 5+1. And then we've got Eddie Kennett in red for the Team BMR Rockets, and Scott Nicholls in blue. Nicholls 7+1. Eddie Kennett's got 7 points to his name, and well, this is what this league's all about, isn't it? 4 points between the two teams. We got 3 races left, and this really a pivotal heat.
Oh, this is a massive one. You know, the Wolves could go out of this one being level, or they could find themselves in an impossible chase, but Masters, Lindgren, Kennett and Nicholls, it doesn't get much better, does it?
Certainly doesn't. On the inside, Ed Red, then Captain K for the Rockets, Eddie Kennett. Had that disappointment in heat number 1. Apart from that, he's been bang on form. Freddie Lindgren out of gate number 2 in white. We know what he's all about. Scotty Nicholls has seen it all, been there, done it, got the t-shirt and considerable number of videos out of gate number 3 in blue. And on the outside, youngest man of the trio, a trio of 30-somethings and 25-year-old Sam Masters, the current Australian champion. This is Premiership Speedway, this is Oddiston Raceway, and this is heat number 13. Oh, away they go. Nicholls and Kennett made a good start, but Lindgren snuck up the inside, and Scotty Nicholls almost went down. Here comes Sam Masters up the inside. Kennett's hit the front. Nicholls is at the back of the moment, and Freddie Lindgren goes through in front of Edward Kennett. It is fast, it's frenetic. You can't take your eyes off it, but Lindgren's hit the front.
Well, I think they've all led at one stage, and we've only had a couple of laps, Pete, but Lindgren's gone now. He looks like he's got this one dialed in very nicely. Kennett there in second place was ruthless on his own teammate Scott Nicholls, trying to get that pole position, but it is Lindgren, and the Wolves are still very much on course to get something from this match.
Here comes Freddie Lindgren then. Eddie Kennett chasing in the red helmet colour. Scotty Nicholls just has a little look behind, but Sam Masters is a long way behind. Lindgren wins it though, in the white helmet colour. His first wins in heat number 1. Eddie Kennett comes in second, Scott Nicholls in third. They could be important points. Rockets stay 4 in front with 2 to go.
Well, super speedway once again. Okay, the result didn't go in the favour of the Rockets, but what terrific entertainment. How many passes were there on them opening 2 laps? Terrific stuff. And Freddie Lindgren, well, you said he wasn't having the best of meetings. He showed exactly what he can do that time.
It's penultimate heat then. So much wrestling on this for both teams. In the red helmet colour coming round for the Team BMR Rockets, Davey Watt had 2 disappointing outings and then was much more on the pace third time out. Let's see what he can do here. Immense experience underneath that helmet, of course, but on the inside in the white helmet colour is Jacob Thorssell. And in yellow and black, Nathan Greaves. And then coming round in the blue helmet colour for the Team BMR Rockets is Rob Branford. And yeah, when you choose your riding order, I guess when you look at this top 5 for the Rockets, it is really good to have experience in this type of heat, and that experience that Davey Watt's got out there.
It's very important, isn't it? And he's off that outside gate, but he's got to make that start. Chance for him here to make a name for himself. He was very popular in his previous experience with the Rockets, and if he could come out and win this one, boy oh boy, will he be popular tonight.
Well, it's been a terrific evening, some great racing, a terrific crowd here in Hoddesdon. Going to take a while to get out of the car park, that's for sure.
Yeah, I think that's the least of our worries. I mean, we're enjoying this one tonight, Pete. I mean, what a start to the season, and what a meeting to start the season. We knew it was going to be tough, and it is tough. but the entertainment is absolutely top draw.
And can the Team BMR Rockets put the icing on a considerable cake by beating the reigning champions in the first meeting ever in the top level of British Speedway? Well, we've got 2 heats to find out. Off they go. Davey Watt's made a decent start if he keeps it rolling from there. Thorssell's in front though, with Rob Branford behind him. So it's Jacob Thorssell who's in front in the white helmet colour. Rockets packing in behind him. What can Davey Watt do about this? As Rob Branford holding on to third place. Davey Watt though is not done. He's eyeing up Thorssell in front of him, but Jacob Thorssell has come with a... Oh, as Greaves goes down at the back of the pile, he's surely going to get up. Thorssell though, big reputation, he's showing way. Oh, the red lights have come on. Wow, what's happening there?
He's up and he's on his bike. The referee, Chris Gay, putting the lights on there. Will he give the Rockets another chance, or will he award this one as well? I've got a feeling he may award it.
Wow, interesting decision to put the red lights on, wasn't there? Because Nathan Greaves was up and wasn't a problem for him at all, but yellow exclusion light's gone on. Riders are still out there because they don't know whether it's going to be rerun or not, and we're still waiting for the decision here. And it's going to be rerun. Wow, that's an interesting decision, it's got to be said, because when you look back at the other one with Ellis going down and Adam Skornicki being awarded it, they certainly hadn't ridden it anywhere near as much.
And I don't think they were going to capture the victory there either. I couldn't see the positions changing, and I'm sure Peter Adams will be on that telephone, and I think Chris Gay's ears might be on fire.
Davey Watt going off there in the red helmet colour. Rob Branford in the blue. Rockets lead by 4, and well, barring a disaster, providing those two finish, that's going to be the worst case scenario going into heat number 15. But if one of the two of them can finish in front of Jacob Thorssell here, then the Rockets will have their first win in the Premiership. So everything resting on the penultimate heat here. Thorssell's got the inside gate. That's always been the advantage tonight. In fact, his gate 3 has proved the most profitable so far. And Davey Watt, well, how important the fact he's got a clear run here off of gate 4, hasn't he?
Yeah, he has, but he's got to get out there first, hasn't he? Because Thorssell is going to head for that dirt line and move them all out, that's for sure. And if Branford can get out first and pin him to the line, it could make it very, very interesting, because there won't be any room for error there. And then that would give Davey Watt the chance to get in that dirt line.
Well, it's all resting on what's going to happen in the next 50-something seconds. Thorssell on the inside, Rob Branford in blue, Davey Watt right on the outside in red. Away they go. Thorssell's there, but Davey Watt got a bit of a flyer if he can keep it going around the outside here. Big cheer coming from the fans to the left-hand side. That gardening works. Davey Watt got it to perfection round the first couple of bends. He hits the front. Branford's in third. Thorssell's chasing. If Thorssell stays there, then the Rockets win.
Well, he done the digging, didn't he? He lined him up there, and he flew from the start. He got right round the outside there in that dirt line, and he is heading for 3 points here. We said he could make himself a hero, and Davey Watt, the Australian, is doing exactly that. Super stuff.
Rolling back the clock. 2004 he was last here. He was immensely popular. He finished top of the Rockets averages. And here on his first meeting back, Davey Watt is going to be the hero. Davey Watt in the red helmet colour is going to ensure that the Rockets beat the reigning Premier League champions.
What drama have we had, Pete? It's gone one way and the other. We've had decisions go for us. We've had decisions go against us. That one went for us. Peter Adams will be scratching his head thinking, I was robbed. But if he looks back over the whole meeting, he will probably think, well, it's a fair result. I know the Rockets fans think it's a fair result. It's a wonderful result. They are going to get the victory, whatever happens, in heat number 15.
46-40 to the Team BMR Rockets, and here we go with the final action of the night in Heat 15, and it has been quite some night at the Hoddesdon Raceway. The Rockets have beaten the reigning champions Elite League, as they were last year, of course. First year of the Premiership, and of course this is the first Premiership action of the season, so let's just say this one, Rockets will go top of the table tonight as well.
Yeah, and a nice sound, isn't it? Have Leicester got a match tonight, or they've only got a friendly?
I'm not too sure, but let's just revel in the fact that the Rockets are up there right with the big boys, and I think they've signalled their intent tonight as well, because Wolves have had a couple of meetings. This is Rockets coming out. All the boys said, well, it's going to be tough not having had a challenge. Well, they've certainly risen to the challenge which has been given here by the Wolverhampton Wolves. So here on the inside in white is Freddie Lindgren. In red, Scott Nicholls for the Rockets. Kyle Howarth, who you got to feel sorry for him finishing on the losing side tonight, has ridden superbly in the yellow and black helmet colour. And on the outside in blue for the Team BMR Rockets is Chris Harris. Both of those, Scott Nicholls and Chris Harris, as well, we say they've had impressive debuts. We expected impressive debuts, but you can't help but admire the way they've gone about things tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, when you saw them come out the start in their first race, you thought, whoa, this isn't going to be the what we expected. But then they burst through to win in dramatic style, and from that moment, you know, it really set the ball rolling, and the Rockets have kept it on course right the way through. They've done really good.
Well, anybody that's been here watching the Team BMR Rockets for the first time, they're going to be back next week. Away we go. Harris played a decent one. So did Scott Nicholls. Freddie Lindgren's there on the inside. Here comes the bomb around the outside. Rockets on 5-1 territory here. Oh, what a finish that'd be. But Lindgren setting about Scott Nicholls here. Hard stuff by Freddie Lindgren. Scotty's not giving way though. Chris Harris is away in front. Scott Nicholls in second. Kyle Howarth night's done because he's out of this one. Terrific action, and what a finish a 5-1 would be.
Well, unbelievable, wasn't it? And Nicholls come under all sorts of pressure from Freddie Lindgren there, but he shook him off, and he had to really work hard to do it. But a big 5-1 to finish here really is the icing on the cake. Harris and Nicholls doing what they do best.
It's been a marvellous night at Hoddesdon Raceway. Right out, got into the top of the British Speedway. They put a dream team together, and they've had a dream night here with a 5-1 from Chris Harris and Scotty Nicholls, which gives them a 10-point lead and a 10-point victory over the reigning champions. Watch out, the Rockets are in town, and they've signalled their intent in the 2017 Premiership without a doubt.
So it was a night to remember for the Rye House Rockets, their first night of Premiership racing at Hoddesdon, and it ended in a victory as well. So they got their Premiership tally up and running on night number one. And obviously we do hope to see the Rockets back on track in the very near future as well. Once again, a big thanks to Ken Burnett of T2 TV for providing us with tonight's footage so we could bring it to you on our Monday Night Speedway broadcast. That leads me on nicely to bring you details of next week's Monday Night Speedway broadcast. Now, rather than going double bubble, we're actually going to bring it you in two separate parts. So for next Monday to make sense, we advise that this coming Saturday, May the 23rd, you tune in to Eastbourne's Rewind on their website, which is eastbourne-speedway.com. They are bringing you the first leg of their 2019 Knockout Cup quarter-final against the Leicester Lions from Arlington. So that's this Saturday at 7:30. Details are on your screen as we speak. And then for our Monday Night Speedway broadcast next Monday, May the 25th, we're going to show you the second leg from the Paul Chapman and Sons Arena as the Lions hosted the Eagles. Now, the Knockout Cup, we've seen some classic contests down the years, and this was one as well. Championship Knockout Cup quarter-final, Eastbourne versus Leicester this Saturday at 7:30 on Eastbourne's website, and Monday Night Speedway broadcast next Monday, we bring you the decider as the Leicester Leicester Lions hosted the Eastbourne Eagles. Do not miss it. I strongly advise you of that. British Speedway Quiz Night number 6 is coming this Friday on our YouTube and Facebook page as well from 8:30, so join me for that. In the meantime, keep up to date with all the latest on our social media channels and our website. Stay safe, stay well, and we'll catch you back very soon.